What's up? What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Garbage to Gold podcast. I'm your host, Joe Davis. Got a lot of things to cover. A lot of things have developed in the past 24 to 36 hours. A lot of things have happened in the last week. Andrew Tate has been arrested. Andrew and Tristan Tate arrested once again for this ongoing sexual assault or human trafficking type case that the UK government is trying their damnedest to bring these guys down. And as much as I think that they're innocent and that the Tate brothers are kind of going through a media prosecution before the actual prosecution, kind of similar to what happened to what's going on with Trump and some of these other people who have had their names and reputations destroyed in the media before ever seeing their day in court. I do believe that Andrew and Tristan Tate are innocent. I feel like, with these sexual assault cases, like when somebody actually did what they're being accused of, like they get caught, there's an extreme amount of evidence, and I just don't think that they really have these guys on what it is that they're trying to accuse them of or charge them with or convict them of. Actually, they're trying to convict them of the charges. You can draw a lot of parallels to what's going on with them and like also what's going on with Trump and the E. Jean Carroll thing. Is it's trial by media. You're guilty before you're guilty until proven innocent. It's sad, really, really sad. Pull up an article real quick. Andrew Tate could be extradited to the UK after local proceedings Romanian court decides. Romanian court grants UK's request to extradite Andrew Tate once local legal cases are concluded. Wow, okay, so he's going to be extradited to the UK. A court in Romania's capital on Tuesday granted a request by the British authorities to extradite the divisive online influencer Andrew Tate, but only after legal proceeding against him in Romania have been concluded, his spokesperson said. The Bucharest Court of Appeals decision came after Tate, 37, and his brother Tristan were detained on Monday evening on arrest warrants issued by British authorities over allegations of sexual aggression in a UK case dating back to 2012 to 2015. The appeals court, where the Tate brothers appeared in handcuffs on Tuesday, escorted by police, also ordered them immediately released, spokesperson Matea Petrescu said. Eugene Tate's lawyer, Eugene Videniak, Tate's lawyer, hailed the court's decision, saying it provides an opportunity for the brothers to participate fully in their defense and for the legal process to proceed in a transparent manner. 4 women have reported Andrew Tate to the UK authorities for alleged sexual violence and physical abuse, but the Crown Prosecution Service decided not to prosecute him. The alleged victims then turned to crowdfunding to cover their legal costs as they pursue a civil case against him. We handed over our evidence about the horrific acts of violence we endured and waited for action. But 4 years later, we were told the UK authorities were not prosecuting him. They state on their campaign page, it is our one remaining route to hold him accountable. It wasn't immediately clear what Tristan Tate is accused of in the UK. Before the court's ruling Tuesday, Petrescu said that the Tate brothers, who are dual UK and US citizens, reject the charges and express profound disappointment that such serious allegations are being resurrected without substantial new evidence. Andrew Tate is charged in a separate case in Romania with rape, human trafficking, and a former criminal gang to sexually exploit women. He was arrested near Bucharest in December 2022, along with his brother and 2 Romanian women. Romanian prosecutors formally indicted all 4 in June, and they have denied the allegations. McHugh Jury and Partners, a legal firm representing the 4 British women who accused Andrew Tate of rape and serious physical and sexual assault, said in a statement Tuesday they had urged British police to immediately seek a warrant for Tate's detention and extradition after they received information last week that he might be planning to flee Romania. Today's news is very welcome, as it has been a significant concern to many that Tate would seek to avoid justice in Romania and abroad. With Matthew Jury, a managing partner at the law firm, we are grateful to the British authorities for taking our concerns seriously and issuing an arrest warrant. Tate is accused of serious criminal offenses against a large number of victims, and he must be held accountable. Interesting. I feel like if all this was true, like, why didn't they get him the first time? Now, the dude has been poking the hornet's nest ever since he got out of jail the last time. It all remains to be seen. We'll have to see some evidence. Hopefully they'll have some legitimate evidence to back up these claims that that they sexually abuse these women, and that it's real sexual abuse. It's not like, what would you call that? If you're going to call a guy a rapist and a sexual abuser and come out with these types of allegations and ruin his character, like, it needs to really be some sexual abuse, not like a disagreement between these people. Like, Tate knew these 4 girls or whatever and, was just not nice to them or something, like made fun of them at a fucking party, and now they're like, oh, we were raped and all this shit. Or maybe, he had hooked up with these girls and, now they feel like he was just too rough with them, which has happened to people before. It's happened to super athletes that, meet a chick, they hook up, and then the girl, comes out and says, oh, well, he raped me. And then it's like, well, did he really rape you? It's like, oh, well, he was just a little bit too rough. And it's like, that's a big fucking difference. I hope that justice is actually served. But, like I was saying, the Tate brothers are on the internet every fucking day, doing videos, and they talk about what they talk about. They're not known for particularly talking well about women. I wouldn't say that they talk harmful about women. They make fun of women who are harmful to themselves. Like this hoe mentality that is really, really popular among feminists right now. Okay, like, feminine energy in this country and in the Western world there's a general message from the feminist community that it's okay for women to shame men and to be super, super independent and, have sex with whoever they want and just be hoes, and that's what they speak out against. They make fun of those types of women. They tell men not to get involved with those types of women. And if you do, know that it's just a sexual thing. Don't wife up a girl that is sexually expletive, online, and has lots of male partners and is constantly looking for self-validation through men in online content. They speak out against women who are essentially, in my opinion, self-destructive to themselves. Women who engage in self-destructive behavior, like, just like OnlyFans type women, girls that, don't believe in traditional values of women. Like, they think that, women aren't supposed to be motherly. They're not supposed to be the cook and the cleaner of the house in any type of relationship that they're in. Feminism has really become, I would say, more toxic than masculinity. And in my opinion, I don't think that masculinity is toxic at all. I think that's just some made-up clickbait shit that the Democrats run with, and the major news organizations use that to shit on men. But in my opinion, I would say feminism is truly toxic and is doing a disservice to women all across the world right now. And basically what it is just, promoting hoe behavior. Women 50 years ago, we used to have, you know, like truly influential women. They wrote books. They were influential in positive. They were well-rounded in politics. They did great things. Some of the greatest women of all time. Like, let's just Google history, like the greatest women throughout the last 50 years. Yeah, like Rosa Parks for one. Like that's and Eleanor Roosevelt. Like we don't like women don't have people like this today. I would say Oprah Winfrey, but really, like, dude, she promotes a lot of toxic ideas. She's I'm not even gonna throw her up there. Where are the women today? Who is their role model? They got like Kim Kardashian. Like Kim Kardashian is the spokeswoman for all women. Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift's not that bad. I wouldn't say she's necessarily great, but I'd rather my daughter look up to Taylor Swift rather than Kim Kardashian. But like I'm saying, women today don't have the type of women to look up to as they did back in the 50s and the 60s and, back in the early days. We just don't have those people anymore. And that's basically what, the Tate brothers talk about is like telling men not to get involved with, the women that are out there today that are just looking for attention. It's basically just hoe behavior, and that's what feminism, I think, tells women is okay. That's like that's what they push on these young girls these days, that you don't need a man, you don't need a husband, you should not be, not be a traditional type of woman. Don't be the cook, don't be the cleaner, don't take care of your man. And any guy that thinks that you should cook and clean for them is a toxic, misogynist piece of shit. It's just not true. Now, there are some things that, I've watched a lot of Andrew Tate interviews, him and his brother, and there's things that, I don't agree with the way they talk about women. But I wouldn't necessarily say that they're like, that it's violent or that it shouldn't be said. I've heard way worse, But I think for the most part, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate are helping, young men navigate life from a financial perspective, a mental perspective, and like through their romantic perspective. Men struggle romantically, okay? They don't have the same ability in the sexual marketplace as women. It's easier for women to find a mate in the sexual marketplace than it is for men, And what these guys do is they help guys with their confidence. They help guys see, kind of pick and choose the right types of girls to spend their time with. And, do I agree with everything that they say and how they say it? No, but I don't have to. I really don't think that these guys are these awful, misogynistic, fucking rapist pricks that, the media would have you believe. But it all remains to be seen. Everybody gets their day in court, and apparently, it's a shame that these guys are under arrest and are dealing with the legal troubles that they're dealing with. But every chance they get, they make a mockery out of the justice system in whatever country they're dealing with. They made a mockery of the BBC, which was hilarious. The BBC essentially, they kind of stepped on their own dicks with that interview. In reality, they could have really done, a much better job with Andrew Tate than what they did. But they took that hard line of, hey, this guy's a bad guy, and we're gonna try to demonize him, and we're gonna sway public opinion and try to get everybody to believe that this guy's a piece of shit, and it backfired on him. So I believe that this is a revenge, and I think that they've seen it coming. I would almost guarantee that the Tate brothers knew that this was coming. That they even though they beat their last case and they got out of jail, I think they've known for quite a while that they were not out of the woods yet, and that there was going to be more legal action taken against them, and things are going to get ugly for them. We'll see what happens. Make sure, before I get out of here, guys, I hope you liked the video. If you want to see more like it, click right here. Make sure to hit that subscribe bell. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and keep watching. I love getting on here talking to you guys, and sharing my thoughts and my opinions on what goes on in the world. I want to meet more like-minded people, and just be a good, positive force of good in this world. We need more people to come out and kind of stand up against all this ridiculous shit that goes on in media, that goes on in government. If nobody says anything, it'll just continue to happen. So I encourage you guys to like this video, share it, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.